Hi, I'm Megan Trezza. I'm the founder and CEO of La Jolla Learning Works, and I want to talk to you today about ISE test prep because it is private school admission season. So, just to give you a little background about the test. You may have already heard about ISE. It stands for Independent School Entrance Exam, and this is a test that's given across the country for private school admissions to middle schools and high schools and some of the elementary schools as well, but we really focus with students on those transition points between elementary and middle school and high school. The test is very different from tests that students do at school, whether for classroom assignments or for their full school annual testing. And that's really based on the purpose of the test. And the purpose of the test is to take students from these high-performing private schools that are applying to a smaller group of private schools and to see the students stratified across the bell curve from the 1st to the 99th percentile. And in order to do that, this test has to be really rigorous. So unlike a classroom testing experience where everybody could get 100%, on ISE it's designed so that only the top 4th percentile of students could get a perfect score. So that means even a mid-range score is a good score on ISE, but that also means that taking this test is a bit of a daunting experience for students because it is hard. And so I'll talk to you a little bit about how it is hard or how it is different. The test length is part of the equation here. It's a 3-hour test, and so for students sitting for this test through these 3 hours can be part of the challenge. It covers 4 different multiple choice sections: verbal reasoning, quantitative reasoning, reading comprehension, mathematics achievement, and then a 30-minute essay. So it's a lot to ask of students. And the content is very rigorous. So in order to see students really stratifying that bell curve, you have to have content that goes above grade level. So there is going to be material on there that most students are not familiar with. And lastly, the question type. So for the verbal reasoning and quantitative reasoning sections in particular, these are really designed to see students' critical thinking skills. So the style of the questions is a lot more like a college entrance exam and less like what they're used to seeing in school. So it really does pay to give students an opportunity to get familiar with this test. So to get ready for the ISE, just some tips for you as parents. So first of all, familiarize yourself with the testing dates and locations. You can check the local private school admissions websites to find out what their deadlines are for ISE. And then you can check the ERB online ISE information to register an account in their portal and search through and see what test dates are available locally for you. We also have this information in our office. If you want to contact us, we'd be happy to share it with you. Also consider accommodations. If your child has a learning disability or any other special needs, you can get accommodations on ISE. You just have to put some materials together and prepare for that in advance. And lastly, like I said, it helps for students to have familiarity with this test, so I encourage you to sign your child up for a practice test. We offer these at our office every Saturday and Sunday, so just contact us and we can get you set up. And lastly, just some testing day tips. So for whether it's a practice test or the real test, make sure your child gets a good night's sleep the night before. You want them to be well rested and also to be well fueled. So have a hearty, healthy breakfast. That means avoiding sugars or those quick burning processed carbohydrates. Make sure they pack a healthy snack so they have something they can eat in a break that will effectively refuel them. Again, not sugary. Prepare them that there are no calculators allowed on the test for the math sections, and they should bring to the real test 2 number 2 pencils, maybe more just to be sure, and erasable pens. So their essay response has to be handwritten, and we suggest erasable pens just so that they can correct a mistake if they have to. And lastly, talk to your child about this test and encourage them to have a real positive mindset, but also a realistic mindset. So knowing that only the top 4th percentile on this test are going to be able to get a perfect score, that means just prepare your child. There's going to be things that they don't know, and that's okay. So you want them to just go through the test, make sure that they're answering all the questions they're able to answer and not sitting getting stuck and worrying about any question that they can't answer. So I wish you and your child a really successful private school admissions season. If there's anything we can do to help you, please contact our office, and we look forward to hopefully seeing you soon.